Guys, quick question. Would Mohammed Kudus start in PSG? Let me know your answer down below in the comments because I'm going to give you some latest transfer update concerning Mohammed Kudus. We're also going to talk about Thomas Partey. Arsenal fans are not happy, and I'm going to explain to you why. And also talk about Antoine Semenyo amongst many others here. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You're watching SportsCornerGH. Quickly, let's jump into it. And I want to begin with a video from Pastor Mensa Otabo. Today is Friday, so let's begin on a lighter note. Let's check this out.
You can watch Manchester United all you want. They will not encourage you. They will not lift you up. They're going to lose their games. You'll be depressed.
So guys, you have seen the video and he did not lie. Manchester United is going to make you depressed. I'm going to put Manchester United whole thing on hold and then let's talk about Mohammed Kudus. In my previous videos, I told you that Mohammed Kudus have moved from his family members as his representatives to a new agency called Roof Agency. ROOF. Now, Roof Agency represents big name players like Virgil van Dijk, even Ghanaian player like Enes Nyama are all being represented by Roof Agency. Now, ever since Mohammed Kudus allowed Roof Agency to handle his affairs when it comes to transfers, you have seen a lot of teams come forward. Even the likes of Tottenham have already tried to observe Mohammed Kudus' situation, have already tried to even speak to his camp. And this is good for Mohammed Kudus. Now, the latest update we are getting is that PSG from the French Ligue 1 are interested in Mohammed Kudus. And in the coming few weeks, they want to inquire about the player. They want to speak to West Ham and see the possibility of signing the player. Currently, Mohammed Kudus has a release clause of 85 million euros. Now, this release clause only applies to European clubs, which PSG find themselves there. So, if you are from outside Europe, for example, Anna said, you are going to pay 120 million euros as release clause for Mohammed Kudus. But then let's come back to the case of PSG. They have shown interest in Mohammed Kudus. And immediately I saw this, I was really happy. But then there is good sides to this, there is bad sides to this. That's why I asked you, would Mohammed Kudus start at PSG? For me, looking at how PSG is playing now in the French Ligue 1 and also in the UCL, I don't think Mohammed Kudus will start in that team. Wait. Hear my explanation. Now, PSG, when you take a look at that squad, their strength lies in their forwards, especially their wingers. Mohammed Kudus is a versatile player, can play as a left winger, can play as a right winger, or sometimes as a false nine. Now, all these positions, PSG have them. Ousmane Dembele now plays as a number 9. You have Desire Doué, who also plays on the wings. You have Kvaratskhelia, who plays on the wings. You have Bradley Barcola, who plays on the wings. These are good players for PSG. So for me, I don't see Mohammed Kudus going to that team and probably starting ahead of all these players. I'm just going to be honest. But what I know for Mohammed Kudus is that he can go to that team and fight for his position. That is fair enough. He can go to PSG and fight for that position. And eventually, he would get it. But immediately, he's not just going there and starting. He needs to fight for that position he wants to play in because PSG have very, very good wingers. Now, currently, they are performing very well. And if you take a look at the way they are performing, nobody will tell you that this PSG team, they have gotten a grip on everything they want to achieve this season. The French Ligue 1, the UCL, things are going on well for PSG. So I believe Mohammed Kudus will be a great addition to the team. He ends up getting trophies. He ends up winning some trophies, bettering his CV and everything, which is very good in my own opinion. So there is good sides to it, there's bad sides to it. All depends on the player's, priority. What does the player want? Regular playing time? Is he going to get it there? That's why I'm asking you the question. But I've already given my own, reasons why, my honest opinion on this. Good sides about this transfer is that at PSG, he might end up winning a trophy, either the French Ligue 1, the Coupe de France, or probably, an European Cup, could be the UCL. But then when it comes to the downside of this, he will not go straight in there and start games for PSG. There are wingers who are really, really, really good, are currently playing in the position Mohammed Kudus would love to play in. So if he goes there, he needs to fight for his position. And guys, this is the update that has to do with Mohammed Kudus. This is coming from Africa Foot. Africa Foot, they give the update concerning Mohammed Kudus. Now, let's move away from that and talk about Liverpool a bit in connection to Mohammed Kudus. Liverpool has extended Mo Salah's contract until 2027. This means that Liverpool might not be looking in the direction of Mohammed Kudus anymore. Now, Mohammed Kudus was a target for Liverpool only because they wanted to replace, Mo Salah with Mohammed Kudus. They saw Mohammed Kudus as a possible replacement for Mo Salah. Now that Mo Salah has extended his contract, I don't see Liverpool coming back to the table for a conversation like this. So I believe Liverpool have cancelled out Mohammed Kudus from their list of players they want to sign in the summer. Same applies to Antoine Semenyo. I mean, Liverpool have been admiring the player for a very long time, and he was part of the players they were looking at to replace Mo Salah. Now that Mo Salah has extended his contract, Antoine Semenyo might not be an option for them. So, guys, this is the situation currently happening with Mohammed Kudus, Mo Salah, Liverpool, and also Antoine Semenyo. Let me know your thoughts about all this down below in the comments. Now, let's move away from this and talk about Thomas Partey. UCL has released the team of the week. And everyone here in Ghana is not happy. Arsenal fans are not happy because Thomas Partey is not in the team of the week. After performing very well for Arsenal against Real Madrid, a lot of people expected Thomas Partey to be there. But he's not there and people are not happy. For me, I feel like a lot of players performed very well. If Thomas Partey is not there, fair enough. But for us who watched that game, we know that the midfield maestro, the midfield general, Octopus himself, performed very well, and he is going to do it again next week. So if he's not in the team of the week this week, I bet you next week after his performance, they have no choice than to put him there. I'm sure probably because he did not score a goal, that's why he's not there. Other midfielders scored goals and things, that's why they are there. So for me, I have no issue with this, but then people have other things to say on social media as to why Thomas Partey is not part of the UCL team of the week. Now, let's move away from Thomas Partey and also the team of the week. And I want to come back to the Mensa Otabil description of Manchester United. Yesterday, I watched Onana, and I went back on social media and someone did a whole compilation of Onana's mistake he has done. This season alone, he has made 9 errors leading to Manchester United conceding a goal. And this thing struck me and I'm like, what is the difference between Onana and Richard Ofori? Like, there's not much difference. I'm telling you, both are Africans. The only difference is that one plays for your Manchester United and one plays in South African League. They are the same. Mistakes or for mistakes. And for me, Onana, I don't want to talk too much. I've already ranted a lot about Onana, but then let's leave it here. Now, let's move away from that and let's talk about Benjamin Asari. Now, we heard that the Black Star first choice goalkeeper was attracting interest from some clubs in France and also Europe. Now, what we hear is that he has extended his contract with Accra House of Folk until 2027. Now, this contract comes with an improved salary and also improved conditions in the contract, and I'm happy for the player. I don't want to waste too much time on this, so this is good for the Black Star goalkeeper, and I'm sure the next time there's a call-up, he's going to be there. I'm hearing good things about him, and I'm happy for him. He should continue soaring. In this life, people succeed at an earlier age. People also succeed at a later age, so it doesn't matter at what age you succeed. As long as you succeed, that is it. We are good with it. So Benjamin Asari, good for him. Now, let's move away from that and let's talk about two boys at Chelsea. Josh Kofi Acheampong and also Tyreek George. Now, these two players featured for Chelsea as they played in the Conference League with Legia Warsaw. They won that game and Tyreek George scored a goal. But after the game, Enzo Maresca talked about Josh Kofi Acheampong and talked about the player like he said, see, the player, amongst all the players that played in that game, he was the player that he was most excited to see play. He was most impressed with the performance and everything. And I watched the game yesterday. See, Josh Kofi Acheampong is a very good player. Looking at his age and how he controls the ball. And the guy is able to play numerous positions across the back four. That is crazy. Yesterday, he was playing as a right back. At certain times, he was playing as a right center back. And even the coach has even added that he can even play as a DM, as a right midfielder. defensive midfielder, which for me is very good for the player. And the player is still eligible to play for Ghana and also eligible to play for England. But I believe that if you're able to move in now, we can get the player. I'm not one for, speaking to players, but this player has quality. I'm not going to lie. And his grandfather has played for Ghana before. So, I mean, there is a point there. There is an angle there we can use as Ghanaians. But then, guys, this is the update that has to do with Josh Kofi Acheampong and what Enzo Maresca had to say about him. Enzo Maresca is so happy about the player's performance, and the coach couldn't stop talking about him. He talked about him from beginning till the end. And if you watch that game, if you're a Chelsea fan, you understand what I'm saying. This player is good. And if you're a Ghanaian also watching, then you know that we need this player for our future national team, the Black Stars. Now, let's move away from that and talk about the last item that has to do with the Unity Cup. Ghana faced Nigeria on the 27th or on the 28th of May. Alongside, Jamaica facing Trinidad and Tobago on the 27th. Now, winners of this, 2 games are going to play the finals on the 31st, and the losers are also going to play for 3rd and 4th place on the 31st. Now, the new information we gathered from this particular Unity Cup is that the location has been really, made available, and the location is Brentford, the GTech Community Stadium. That is where this whole tournament is going to be held. So the Unity Cup, the Nigeria versus Ghana banter, the game and everything is going to be played at Brentford, the GTech Community Stadium. If you're around, make sure you tune in, make sure you start getting your tickets, make sure you start preparing, marking it on your calendar, because that Wednesday, 28th of May, is going to be shut down on the internet because it's Ghana versus Nigeria. And guys, this is where I end today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. I'm going to make sure to see you in the next one, and we're going to talk more about football. Charlie, we go vibe.